It's no secret that yesterday the long-awaited birthday Bonanza fandom wikis have been announced. And the fact that they've been announced has most of us fans off our feet. I have been in this fandom for a long time, since about a week after its creation. And so obviously I'm very excited to see what these are about. For the sake of this, I have an itinerary that I will try to be as quick as I can about, and I will link some of these down below. We're going to be looking at the character things first, since they are the first thing on the itinerary. So let's start with, nope, not Natalie. Whimsy. Because Whimsy is the one we wanted to go with first, since he's the main character. Whimsy is the main character of Birthday Bonanza. He's considered the icon of the restaurant along with the rest of the Miracle Band. Whimsy was raised in the country area and speaks in a southern accent that stereotypically matches this fact of his, which is true. Whimsy is a brown anthropomorphic mouse with medium shaded brown fur and cream accents such as his muzzle, face, and the insides of his ears. He has a round red nose and light blue eyes. He wears a long-sleeved cyan-colored shirt underneath his denim overalls, which have yellow buttons. He also wears yellow rain boots, which, by the way, that didn't happen until June of 2020 when they changed up some of the character designs. Whimsy is quite goofy, clumsy, and sometimes dim-witted. He's kind and has a tendency to make friends by being himself, since people are usually pulled to him by his funny and kind attitude towards most things. While Whimsy is fun-loving and not so easily angered, he becomes quite frustrated when Doug teases him about his infatuation with Natalie. This is very true. Like, seriously, almost every time. This is proven in almost every stage show that involves Whimsy and Natalie within 6 feet of each other. Then social distance. You won't get teased that way. Usually Doug will throw out a smart remark about how Whimsy reacts to his crush, and Whimsy will tell him to bug off or, "Don't you have better things to do?" Doug has described Whimsy's crush on Natalie as, "Dude, you don't even carry a torch for her, you carry a flamethrower." I need someone to describe a crush to me like this. This is a basic summary of it. After Natalie is introduced, Whimsy falls in love at first sight. He's seen with sparkly eyes and his face reddens with blush. He tries to talk to Natalie in order to introduce himself, but all he can really say is, "Oh," while Doug watches him from the background, slightly confused a bit. Yeah, this was really weird. Doug was like, "Wait, what's happening?" And then when he realizes, he's like, "Oh, hehe." Natalie is aware of Whimsy's feelings proven in Let's Bake a Cake, but Whimsy doesn't know that she knows. Whimsy's rural origins aren't revealed until Car Trip, which is kind of like Road Trip Ruckus and Unikitty, but it's like kind of funnier to watch. And then Whimsy has known Doug since they were about 10 years old. Childhood friendships. Natalie Oliver Mouses is probably the most leader-like character of the Miracle Band, according to fans. She grew up in a suburban environment, which is also in Heckenstown? Yes. But it's like western, I believe. No, wait. Eastern. Natalie, like Whimsy, is an anthropomorphic mouse. This time she's a gray mouse. She has cream accents such as her muzzle, face, and inside of her ears. She has brown hair parted into 2 low ponytails held by green hair ties. Her dress is dark green at the top and bottom, but is grading to a light green in the middle. She is seen wearing both green knee-high heel boots and green heels. In the summertime, though, her dress is exchanged for a yellow crop top and a long skirt with blue and yellow stripes. She also wears a sun hat with light blue ribbon on it and pink-tinted sunglasses with a dark pink frame, which she is only in her summer look during the summer shows, which happen in, like, July and June and sometimes August. Which June and July are very important months for this fandom, and only like a few people really know why. Natalie is sweet, kind, and caring of those around her. When she makes friends, she tends to stick close to them and will always be there in times of need. She will always be kind to the person, even if they are rude to her in return, as proven in Listen, Doug. She loves the color green and loves to be outdoors, usually making daisy chains or flower headbands. While Natalie has a sensible nature, don't underestimate her. She knows how to fight and will if absolutely necessary, using anything she can find as a weapon. And then this is basically a thing explaining that she knows about it, and hasn't initiated anything yet. And then this is just the fact that she knows. I will literally link you the wikis for half of everything you're seeing here. And Doug. Douglas Doug Barkley is probably the most popular character of Birthday Bonanza due to his non-serious personality and smart commentary. He was raised in the urban city area where he has some street knowledge due to that. Which is true. Doug is an anthropomorphic beagle with brown fur. He has accents that are shown as lighter brown for his snout on his icon and both light brown and white on his actual face and tail. He has denim jeans that have a place for his tail and black Converse shoes. With a white t-shirt and red jacket with white stripes at the sleeves and a white hood that's either worn without being zipped up or tied around his waist, which is in the summer. Doug also wears black framed glasses that sit on his snout. Due to his parents being strict growing up, Doug has always wanted to be himself and relax whenever he can, which is why he's extremely laid back. Doug has always been fun-loving and smart, opposing to Whimsy's dim-wit. Often, Doug is laid back and really couldn't care less about every tiny detail of something. Doug also has a smug side, however, and would tease Whimsy about his romantic interest in Natalie. Under these attributes, Doug has a knack for piano playing. He can play well, and is even said to play a mean piano by both Chef Bonanza and Natalie. The performances that are focused on him, such as What to Care For, he is seen playing piano. That was one of the weirdest performances ever. Doug is canonically pansexual. It's revealed in Lots of Pride when he comes up to his friends who accept who he is and he's waving a pride flag later on. Doug may know something about Padma's feelings for him. That's basically a whole thing explaining it, and literally if Whimsy calmed down for 5 seconds, he would know. But Whimsy didn't. Much to Padma's benefit. Alright, Chef Bonanza. Because she's next on the roster. Roster? Character list. What? They're the same thing, I think. Chef Amaya Bonanza was intended to be the main character for Birthday Bonanza, but when plans were still being made for it. Instead, Whimsy took the spot, but the restaurant is still theoretically named after her. She came from the city of Kremiskold, and growing up there told her a thing or two about cooking. She would bake for her family and would bake for people she cared about. After she moved to Hackentown, she opened a cafe and discovered a mouse eating her tomatoes. I remember that. She moves in, and she doesn't even go anywhere, and she sees Whimsy eating her tomatoes, and she's like, "Do you mind?" Chef Bonanza is a human that has blonde ponytailed hair and brown eyes. Always wears a chef hat that has a rainbow ribbon around the base. She wears a t-shirt that's signed, although she has worn a pink shirt before, and black pants with pink sneakers to top it all off. You know her ribbon is actually a hint of her sexuality. Chef Bonanza is smart, kind, sweet, but has a stern side as well. She's also the only one who has a driver's license. Chef Bonanza also has confidence in her cooking and makes things with the utmost care and respect. Chef Bonanza is known for a sweet treat and kind personality. Yeet. Chef Bonanza is also known as the van driver, the tour bus, quotation marks, because she's the only one with a license. She is also canonically a lesbian. This is brought up when Whimsy asked what the lesbian pride flag outside her kitchen door meant, which that I noticed, but I never realized until later, which makes me feel so dumb. Alright. Now it's time for... Which main haven't I done yet? Padma. Last main, and then we're gonna do what's his name? Rotario. Padma Butler Quack is more background character compared to everyone else in the Miracle Band, but is still considered one of the main 5 because she's part of the Miracle Band. Padma is a duck with white feathers all over her except her beak. She also has hazel eyes and brown hair cut off at about chin length with bangs that come just above her eyebrows. She wears a light pink t-shirt and a purple skirt, and her red circular framed glasses that sit on her beak. Now, I'm going to explain this entire thing in like a few sentences. She's talented, she's kind, and she's awesome, but she's also very quiet, which is why no one pays too much attention to her. She also has a crush on Doug, which I've already mentioned, and Doug almost knew about it. Padma is the first BB character to be considered by fans a background character in the main squad, because everyone else is basically vibrant, and she's just kind of vibing. Okay, so if I were to describe Rotario, he starts out as one of those stereotypical douchebag characters like Gaston, but he becomes nicer. Like, let me read this. When first introduced to Rotario in Shiny New Rat, we see that he's the stereotypical self-absorbed douchebag attitude that most people in his place have. Natalie finds the strength to move a table and charming face in quotation marks as an attractive thing, making Whimsy extremely jealous. That's so true. Whimsy literally is fuming, and what's his name is just messing him up for it. Rotario even goes out of his way to tell Whimsy that he thinks Natalie would like him more than Whimsy, since he's aware of the jealousy. This causes Whimsy to almost lash out in anger, but he has to stay relaxed and chill because there's no bar fights allowed in the restaurant. After his first appearance, he almost didn't appear again until January 2020 in Helpers Only. When he appears then, he still has hints of being an arrogant fool, but seems like he's slowly learning as he doesn't sound as high and mighty anymore. He even apologizes to Whimsy for all that's said to him, and Whimsy forgives while still disliking him. Yeah, that's very true. He really does not like him whatsoever. Rotario impressed Natalie just by moving a single table, and Whimsy took that personally. I'm gonna make a meme of that now. Okay, so the next item is a page about BB, which is literally a page called A Page About BB, which I will be looking at this. 1, it's extremely short, and 2, why not? Birthday Bonanza, often abbreviated as BB, is a restaurant company founded July 4th, 2019. The restaurant started with a man named Greg Muttner purchased an abandoned building that used to be a restaurant and bowling alley. Muttner then turned the rundown building into a Chuck E. Cheese's-inspired kids restaurant with the help from his nephew, Lenny Durbin, who's a fan of the characters. Lenny is actually the guy who posted the things on the community. Kickstarted character creations when Muttner came across a silly mouse fursuit online that his nephew liked the design of. The old fursuit sparked the creation of Whimsy, the main character, whose design and stage fursuit were heavily based off the one found online. The one found online became the look known today as Old Whimsy, which that's another thing that we'll be looking at, see? Anyway, in June 2020, Birthday Bonanza decided to change the way Whimsy looks by giving him softened features and yellow rain boots, which was Lenny's idea. Okay, base summary of this. People have a thing that they bought, and then they're like, oh, that fursuit be looking great. We're gonna buy that too. So they bought a fursuit off the internet and based Whimsy's design on it. Also, yes, BB is based off of Chuck E. Cheese's, and it's Lenny's idea for the design of most of the character stuff. Next up is Old Whimsy. Okay, so these 3 are the least time-consuming things in the world. Old Whimsy refers to the old design of the fursuit that started off the creation of Whimsy. The Old Whimsy fursuit was a fursuit found online that was purchased by Greg Muttner. Among purchasing, the fursuit became an icon for the restaurants and made an appearance on the old Birthday Bonanza logo. Chuck E. Cheese, the BB Aminos cover it a few times in the restaurant, which is this. It appeared there. And it appeared there. And they have image references for that, and I like that a lot. Which is good, because I would be really sad if they didn't. Okay, so these 2 can literally be done in, 2 minutes. If you put gallery into the Wiki search, you get both of them. The edit and the fan art. And so we're gonna be looking at these both. Edit first, because why not? The most edits are Miracle Band cover base, which is true. I am, in fact, one of the editors for some of these things. And so, yeah, I did this one, actually. And I'm actually really surprised it's here. And I wonder if anything else I've done is here. Now it's time for the Fanart Gallery. The Fanart Gallery, most of it comes from the BB community. And yes, I have been mentioned. And some of my art is here. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. This is mine, this is Mikey's, this is mine, this is Mikey's. Mikey does a really good job. I'm proud of him. And this was actually one he made for me. But like, my art is here. I actually feel really special right now. But yeah, I'm still really happy that I found my art in the gallery section. But yes, tell me what you think of these. I really love these a lot. And it's a lot more than what I expected, which is even better because I've been waiting for these things, so have a lot of other people, for a long time now. And so, like, I'm really happy about this whole thing. But tell me what you think of it. Goodbye for now.